Macy, okay, Nocturne there. So Janet is open, who, yeah, it's actually pretty much it. Janet is open in comparison to the last game. So, yeah, Legion, they did have the options here. Going to go on blue side here. So it's a matter of first pick Nunu.
Yeah, so it should be pretty interesting. Freaker, so, you know, not Lauda Mortis. I don't know. Did you guys talk about that? I didn't hear it. I was trying to figure out if he was a sub or not, and I was surprised you guys didn't talk about
Freaker's
that.
a sub, so,
okay.
yeah, Lauda Mortis
I
not around right now.
A sub, but, like, I didn't hear anything from the last game. Yeah, he does play Nunu, so Nunu works as a support bot, but usually you want to pick your AD first, but they can pick him first. I mean, it works. It's a strong support. You know, Nunu has a lot of fight control if you have, you know, the right kind of comp with him. So we'll see what they end up doing. Janna for Curse definitely makes sense. Westerice, he likes that movement speed as a jungler. Back when he was with CLG, I mean, that was the big thing. CLG would always pick Janna, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that Westerice would play champions like Shyvana, where you want that jungling control with that movement speed.
So Janna, possibly, let's see. It wouldn't be too, let's see, just trying to think of the Champs Cop plays that could be paired with Janna. But then again, I think Taric may actually fit a little bit more of Curse's play style, because you still go like Taric and, oh, hello, Jace.
Hello, Jace.
We got two very handsome-looking men for the first two picks of Curse here.
Yeah, Jace is really cool. I'm excited to see this. And the only Jace I've seen so far is Wings of Death, and it was kind of mixed success. He did okay in lane. Jace, I think, has the potential to shut down a lot of lanes, or just, you know, at the very least, go even. But he's a very strong laner. Later in the game is pretty fun.
I hope Legion doesn't go with this Shaco pick, because in Shaco, like at this point, I think in the meta is just very much like it's pretty much an all-in. If you're calling all in, if Shaco doesn't get farmed, you're pretty much giving the game away.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. They have kind of an interesting comp right now, but Shaco, he can get kills pretty easily.
Okay.
Yeah, I really didn't think they were going to pick him, but Rumble is going to be going top, so this is actually a really interesting kind of thing. I'm really curious how this lane's going to match up, because Rumble, well, actually, we'll get into it in a second. So they have right now, they have really nice AoE team. They have lots of team fight control. If you try and engage on them, you're basically going to die, because you're going to be walking into Nunu, you're going to walk into Janna, and you're walking into Rumble and all of his damage. So if Legion finishes it off with a really high damage AD, Misfortune would work. When we've seen the Misfortune Nunu lane in the past, that would be a very strong matchup for them. In the meantime, Curse going with the Vygar. Vygar really makes a lot of sense if they decided to actually swapping it up. So it's going to be Cho'Gath. They're going to leave that for the last pick, for that counter pick, if they decide that it works with their comp.
Now here's the thing with Cho'Gath. Where's he going to be? Is he going to be in jungle? Is he? Yeah. Could he be mid?
No. He's jungle. Vicious is going to be jungling Cho'Gath. I mean, like
I'm just trolling at this point. It's like, where could the Cho'Gath possibly go? Could he possibly not be in the jungle? No. No, he's not.
Yeah, but they end up picking Ashe and Malphite, so they have really strong AoE. I'm really curious. I think that the Malphite is going to be going mid, so that's going to be pretty interesting. So it's kind of a, I don't know, they have a really nice AoE team. That's all there is to it. They have great initiation.
Period.
They have a lot of kill potential. It should be pretty cool. I really like Legion's team right now. The focus around Curse is protect the Vayne, but they have kind of a double AD comp with that Jace, which is always kind of interesting. Cho right in the center. He's going to be extremely tanky. I think the Vygar works as a pick. They could also, decide to go with the Morgana and be more aggressive. But the thing with the Vygar and Morgana are actually very similar champions. And I've seen in the past Curse run games where they run the exact same team comp with either Morgana or Vygar, depending on how the game works out. And so Morgana is more of an up-close and personal champion. She has the shield for Vayne, so that's a perfect pick. It really makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Vygar, on the other hand, he would be that gap closer when you want to initiate on a range team. So, for instance, Legion, they have a really long-range team. They have lots of ways of disengaging. You throw off the long-range stun from Vygar, you get that engage very easily. But right now, the initiation potential, it's on Legion's side. So having the Morgana, after Legion decides to initiate, they can just play defensively, sit back on it. Once they engage, boom, Morgana ultimate, Vayne sitting there ready to go.
I'm actually quite surprised that Legion didn't actually ban out Morgana.
Yeah, no, it is kind of surprising. It's a really strong champion. Now, Jackie plays Morgana to an excellent degree. Vayne, late game, is going to be an absolute monster. We'll see. Vayne should pick up a cleanse to avoid the disables. I mean, Ashe and Taric, that sucks. You don't want to lane against Ashe Taric without disables. So we'll see what ends up happening there. I'm trying to remember who was Legion's jungler again.
Legion is jungling Nunu.
Okay, yes. So, oh, okay. Yeah, so they're jungling Nunu, and the nice thing with the jungle Nunu is you still have that fight control, but they have been trying it recently. Loud and Mortis has been playing it. I don't know if, Freaker has... If Freaker is just like a magical, Smurf account for Loud and Mortis or something, but I think it's a sub. I don't know.
Yeah.
But regardless, Nunu has been buffed. It should be really interesting to see. Late game, he's still going to have the Blood Boil for Ashe. He's still going to have, this giant AoE slow.
Yep.
And then the snowball to the face could really shut down a lot of Vayne's damage.
But here's the thing, too. Like, a big part of jungle Nunu, too, is, I mean, yes, you do have the slow. You do have to keep him in there. But, the big thing about the ult is that there's so many interrupting options for Curse to just make sure that Nunu never gets the full proc of that ult off. But then again, a lot of it, though, is going to be there for the slow. Hopefully, Ashe can capitalize on that damage. Rumble can capitalize on that damage. So it's really going to be there, not for the damage, but to be setting up for everybody else.
It's a defensive thing. Nunu's ult, it's a defensive thing. If they're using disables on you, you don't really care. You're like, all right, I'm Nunu. Who cares? I mean,
Yep.
That's fine by him. But it's just really the fact that if you're trying to engage onto Ashe, and so Morgana, if Morgana tries to flash in the middle of the team, Nunu throws off his ultimate. He just sits there, lets Morgana. It splits the team. So Morgana may be in the middle of the ult or on one side. The rest of the team is going to be kind of hesitant to join her, and they're going to be like, let's sit back for a second. As a result, you can miss out on some of that damage from the Morgana ultimate. So it works out really well. Nunu, just all around, has been a strong champion for a long time with the Blood Boil. So we'll be able to see what it looks like. I think one of the issues is going to be how the ganks are going to come off, because Ashe and Taric, it's a really aggressive lane. You'd like to see some kills there, but Nunu's not a very strong ganker, so you're probably not going to see a lot of aggression in that bottom lane like you would normally like to see from Ashe. So it's going to be a farm lane, and Ashe and Vayne are both going to farm, and farmed Vayne is never really a good thing. So we'll see how Legion deals with that, but they have great fight control. If they pick people off, if they engage, that's going to be awesome. And then Malphite absolutely shits on Vayne later in the game. With that initiation, with that attack speed, it's going to work out pretty cool.
I would have used different terminology, but okay. There you go. So we are back, Champ Select, and these are, of course, not the bans, but I will recap the bans for you just because we have them here. Legion banned out Karthus, Urgot, and Shen. Once again, same bans as Game 1. Curse, almost the same. Alistar, Vlad, and Nocturne banned out the Alistar instead of the Janna this time around. And Janna did actually get pretty quickly bought up by Legion as well. So you got that. And we should actually be heading into this game just as soon as everyone makes their picks here. And reminder for everyone too: Curse is heading into Series 1-0. If they do win, they're going to be moving on to losers finals. And we've already got our established teams going to the IPL Face Off San Francisco Showdown. So it is going to be Curse, Legion, MTW, and Dynamic. TSM was already invited as well. So they still got to figure out seeding. Still have to play the rest of the bracket, and first place they're going to be getting $1,000 too. So that's always a good thing. So, should be getting into this game shortly.
Yeah, we'll see. I think one of the interesting things for Legion, they have the initiation potential. They also have the disengage potential, so they get to dictate all of the fights. And they have plenty of follow-up damage as well. But the concern is going to be, it's actually going to be Janna mid. So that's what I thought it was going to be a Nunu
but
bot.
It's also going to be Elements support, Jace.
Oh, wow. So that's really interesting.
So,
no, they're swapping that up. So they haven't swapped things up yet. That's not going to happen. There's still 40 seconds left. He's not supporting Jace for Cop Taric. But we'll have to see. Yeah, but so Malphite does work in the jungle. He is a solid jungler, and then he has that kind of ganking potential once he hits 60. He's kind of similar to a Warwick in that regards.
I don't know, man. They're not switching.
If they don't, then we'll talk about it then. They won't. I mean, they could try and run a kill bot, but it's a kill bot against Ashe, and Ashe can just volley all day. So there's really very little chance of that happening. If they wanted to do it last second, they don't really have a lot of time for swaps. So, yeah, I guess that's what they're running. They're running Jace and Taric bottom, and Cop is not running AD.
All right. This is going to be interesting.
I've actually wondered whether or not people would consider running Jace as an aggressive lane and running him as like a kill potential. And so Elements is going to be the 80 carry for Curse. He's taking a stand. But
Elements is sick and tired of sitting down and being the support. It's about damn time that he gets supported for
so
once.
here's the interesting thing. Vayne is going to be top lane, and Vayne has been, I know at least in ranked, has been played top lane a lot recently. I haven't really seen it a lot in competitive play, but it is a very strong lane. You can beat a lot of laners, but the Taric Jace bottom lane, it has a lot of kill potential. You can, knock people back and get a lot of kills.
So, yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting bot lane. So, yeah, Jace, and that is the ability with Jace as well. He does have the hammer. It does transform. He can be ranged. He can be a melee. He can fit a lot of different roles in that respect. So it's going to be interesting. This is going to be fun. But not to mention, you also have Morgana. You also have Cho. That's a lot of disruption to have in the middle of these fights. So despite the fact that they're doing something a little bit wacky, they do have the protection.
Yeah. So we'll have to see how it'll work. I turned myself up a bit, so if I'm blasting into you, let me know. But yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I think. All right, so Rumble versus Vayne top. Rumble, he can be a really crushing lane, and I was actually excited for the Jace versus Rumble matchup. I think that matchup has a lot of potential, but Rumble versus Vayne is actually going to be a very similar matchup because Rumble, both Jace and Vayne, they have those knockbacks, and so Jace would work very similar to Vayne. Vayne has the condemn. If Rumble's trying to get an engage, Vayne's just going to condemn, knock him back. No big deal. Westrice is going to be like, yeah, I'm fine. No big deal. But on the other side, Rumble early on, the first couple of levels, is really terrible in lane. To be perfectly honest, he loses to a lot of laners, but he can usually play defensively, sit around for the first couple of levels. It's not that big of a deal. However, Vayne is so aggressive as a ranged AD. She can just chase down Rumble, harass him very aggressively early on, and just constantly get that kind of auto-attack harass onto Rumble to maybe put him a little bit behind in the lane. Then when he tries to throw on aggression, you just condemn him away. So that's going to be kind of interesting. We'll see how that works. Bot lane, Jace, as a champion, he has the movement speed buff for his team, which is probably the coolest thing about him, is the fact that he has this built-in Shurelya's for his team, but then he also has the melee engage. And so as a bot lane, he's only 500 attack range, so he is at a disadvantage to Ashe. Ashe has 600 range. She also has the volley, which is very long. However, Jace can farm at a range distance. He doesn't have to walk into melee range to farm, which is usually the downfall of most kill lanes. The fact that you have to walk right into this ranged harass. He doesn't have that issue. He can farm ranged. Then when they want to try and be aggressive, he walks up a little bit. He has the initiation. He has his leap with the melee. He throws off the movement speed. Both him and Taric, they run in, try and get a stun, leap in, take a step forward, knock someone back, and now they're out of position. You can pick up a kill.
I'm just so excited. I'm really excited.
Can you just not hide it?
I can't. I'm having...
AJ's about to lose control, and he thinks he likes it.
I didn't say I liked it.
No. I like it. It's Jace Taric. It's gonna be cool. I like it.
It's gonna be an interesting combo, and I couldn't think of two better guys to be down bot lane, and it's also good because I also like the nice little headline, like Elements playing AD carry. Yeah.
Curse is like, this is your last chance. You can't support for us anymore. We'll give you one shot at AD carry. We'll send Cop to support. I don't know. It should be interesting. So here's one of the things that is going to be really cool to watch later in the game. Double AD, they have a lot of damage. They also have a lot of control with their team. They have a lot of CC. They're actually going to be walking right up to the mid.
And also notice how Elements is actually proccing the change as he's moving down into lane, just so he can get that movement speed buff as he's traveling on down. He got a nice little poke exchange here, going down in mid. So Freaker laughing the hell off this thing.
Here's one of the cool things with this that is actually going to be Nunu, and iNubish is going to be supporting still. One of the cool things, iNubish, our Cruiser has been playing a lot of Malphite recently. I mean, Malphite's just a really strong champion. But as a double AD, they have a lot of team fight control. They have all this CC and all this tanking up front. So, Elements and Westrace, they can sit in the back. They can, do their damage late game. But here's one of the cool things is the fact that Legion's team, they have all the initiation potential. They have all the, disengage potential. Well, now Curse, not only do they have the Morgana, but they also have the Jace to give them that movement speed so that they can just all jump right on top of Legion and chase them down. So the movement speed is going to be really cool to watch later.
As Curse is moving on into Bush, Legion did get a peek. They do know they're down there. but it's just a matter of what does Curse do in response to themselves getting spotted. And I think, yeah, safe option, just go back to your own jungle, starting your own path. You know they're not really going to be invading because they've already been, they've spotted you out. You already see someone's going to be back in mid. Might as well just go ahead and take your own stuff. Be safe. Don't go for anything risky. No aggressive kills. Elements, getting some extra damage down. Looking so good doing it as well. And St. Vicious is going to be saving the smite as well. Possibly
and
looking
full
for a quick
HP
red.
too, so
doing pretty good.
No issue of anyone coming in and killing him early levels. We'll have to see. I think the Nunu versus Cho matchup is kind of interesting because Consume and Feast are very similar abilities. Nunu can kind of counter jungle in the similar way, and actually Cho is walking right down to steal the Wraiths because with the smite, well, there you go. It's nice and easy. There
you go, and he's going to be coming in right behind Prawley, who's Rumble in mid. Going to get some whole bunch of damage on him. And Nunu just walking on through and realizing, man, you took my Wraith. I was going to eat that thing. That was my next snack. But Nunu will, however, go be pretty safe, taking his red. Going to do that pretty quickly. St. Vicious, he's on his way to do his own red as well.
Yeah,
got to do the race first.
So Rumble versus Morgana, Morgana is just kind of a passive farm lane. So Rumble should be fine there. If he ever gets caught with a bind, then yeah, he's going to die. I mean, he just needs to watch out for that. Malphite top. It is a pretty even lane matchup, but he does have to worry about that auto attack harass from Vayne. But later on, he's going to have a lot of kill potential. He can just ult right on top of Vayne, so that's going to be a really nice thing.
Morgana's pushing pretty far up, and there may be an opportunity for Nunu to actually come on in for the quick snowball to the face. Now Jackie movie slowed, binding in response. Nothing gonna happen off of that one. But however, St. Vicious, he does have his double buff. Making his way, wandering up towards top lane. Cruiser's a little bit far out. He's in the bush. He could be in a very bad spot. West Rice, they have more than enough damage. Where's the Condemned? Waiting for it. No, tumbling. Could have,
He's out.
He's out.
The movement speed.
I was expecting like a Condemned to actually like catch on the edge.
He's too fast. Those soul shards.
Yeah, could have, yeah. Yeah, does actually get him out of there. Steal movement speed, pretty good. Pretty good ability on there, but Nunu once again making an attempt on mid, but Nightjack is going to be able to get to safety pretty easy. So let's see how is bot indeed doing. Jace 17, Ashe 21.
Yeah.
It's
oh wow.
That
acceleration is cool. I haven't seen that before.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's just a cool ability, but Cho in the meantime coming in on mid and actually Rumble a little bit caught out of position. Will they hit the binding? Nunu is here as well. And so Prawley actually turning on to St. Vicious. St. Vicious dropping extremely quickly. Prawley jumping underneath the tower. First blood, but he is very close to going down. Just barely surviving. Ken Freaker pick up the kill. Morgana, the double kill. Yes!
Wow, manages to get out of there safely.
Yeah, he was able to pick it up.
Good job. And get this. Jungler with double buff and mid with double buff on the Legion. That is an amazing start for him.
Yeah, no, Legion's definitely in a good position here. They're working things out. Curse, we'll see how their team works as it goes later on. Their team fight potential should be really interesting.
Yes.
But if you give any sort of snowball to Rumble, then that can be devastating. Same thing with Malphite. They can pick up a lot of kills. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty scary prospect through the mid game.
Yep, so it's just a matter of, where does St. Vicious actually go from here? So he has died, passed off the double buff, unfortunately. Probably going to be just sitting back, farming just a little bit. But here's the thing, though, Legion bot lane, they're really pushing that lane. They really just want to go ahead and keep Curse at tower down bot. I mean, this is just like a wide opening invitation for St. Vicious to come down for a quick gank, and there's plenty of CC from Curse to here in bot to go ahead and capitalize on that as well. You have the knockback, you have the stun, lots of damage. Something could happen here.
And Legion so far, they are winning the harass advantage because of the range on Ashe. But Jace, he's doing a decent job of keeping up. He's falling behind, but I think it's just generally going to be okay as it progresses. And then once they start getting some ganks, the kill potential is there. In the meantime, Nunu is top, but actually St. Vicious is there as well. They try and engage onto Demon Law, but he throws off the volley, should be able to get out of there along with that exhaust. And both Nunu and Cho also back off on the top lane.
Yeah, that was a heavy bunch of damage onto Ashe, but drinking the potion as much as he can. But Elements, unfortunately, is out of health pots. And Comp is also pretty low on mana his own, so Curse bot lane, they're going to need to back.
Yeah, but Nunu,
soon.
in the meantime, he's still sticking up top. He's been there for a while, and he is engaging onto Vayne. There's
Nice.
the Malphite ultimate. He just hit level 6. There's the slow and the ignite as well. He's chasing him underneath the tower, and Westerice should be going down. One more attack, they'll be able to pick it up. The Ice Ball finishes it off.
Very well done. Very well coordinated gank, and there you go.
Oh, Rumble is bottom, though, and they are tower diving on Jace and Tarek, but there's the follow-up from Cho. Let's see if they can pick him up. The ultimate, the equilibrium, but there it is, the quick kill from Prolly, but the pop-up and the silence from St. Vicious. Prolly is pretty low, but they can't engage on this. They do have to watch out for Morgana, though, coming right down this river. Yeah,
there you go. Nia Jacky not too far behind, but only level 5. Does not have the ult yet, but very close to doing so. Just a minion dying or something nearby. You get the kill on Prolly, you may actually ding. There you go. Prolly does die. And there you go, you also get the kill on Cop as well. But that was more than enough. Nia Jacky did ding 6 on that engagement. We'll also pick up blue while you're in the neighborhood. So probably could have made something happen with Nubish retreating as well. Could have probably, actually no, Flash was down. Never mind.
Probably could have done something.
He probably could have done something. Yeah.
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 So Demon Wall gonna take the opportunity to still farm up a little bit, but here's a nice chance to just go ahead, back, buy something nice. Has more than enough for a BF sword to start on that Infinity Edge. What did Elements pick up? Vampiric Scepter, Doran's Blade, Wards, some potions, a little bit of everything. Actually, not gonna get a BF sword. Actually, getting some stacking up some Dorans and a Vamp Scepter.
Yeah, but with those kills, Ashe is way ahead at this point. So, you know, she has the ultimate, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more aggression with Rumble going down, trying to pick up some more kills. Now that Ashe has that ultimate, that's definitely the potential. But regardless, she has the movement speed advantage as well, so she can use that ranged harass advantage by just running straight at her. Nunu coming mid. Morgana should be okay. Has the spell shield, not that big of a deal.
Yeah, there you go. Perfectly timed.
I mean, the slow ball is like so slow. It takes like 2 seconds to get to you.
Right.
It's like, oh, am I going to use my spell shield? Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah. You got plenty of time. And there's no...
Oh, the Ashe Arrow mid, though. Morgana just barely getting off the spell shield, running away from it to buy herself some time.
Very well done. Very well timed shield. And you know, that is the token giveaway for a fantastically good Morgana. Those wonderfully timed spell shields. Westerice getting caught out a little bit by Cruiser, slowed down just a tad. Should actually get back to safety.
And it's cool, the top lane Vayne versus Malphite, because Vayne has the true damage, can eat through the shield pretty easily and whatnot, but Malphite with his movement speed can easily get right on top of Vayne and then has the attack speed slow to kind of just crush her. So Cho coming up here trying to bait in Cruiser, or maybe even defend against a gank, knowing that Malphite's ultimate is up again. They don't want to allow Vayne to go down. They need Vayne to continue farming.
Westerice here trying to look tasty, trying to make something happen, so Cruiser just extends a little bit too far he wants to.
Rumble.
His ult is up at Rumble, now making his way towards top lane. There is a bush in the
and Malphite is chasing right into the bush, actually, and right into Cho. There's the Condemn. The Rupture does not hit, but the Malphite ultimate right onto Westerice. The ultimate from Prolly, and Westerice is just barely not dead, but there it is, picking up the kill, and Cruiser is able to get out of there. The Rupture just barely not going down.
Not enough, just not enough damage. Quick double kill for Rumble. Nia Jacky,
oh, Cruiser's going to die to Nia Jacky.
Oh, the Tormented Soil could have done something. There you go. There's the ult. First pick off there. The buying going to keep Prolly still. Nia Jacky wanted that kill. He wanted revenge. He wanted something.
I mean, a free kill is a free kill.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you're gonna take it. Yeah, they do have to back off though. I don't know, 7-2 for Legion right now. They're really taking it to Curse. They want this comeback. They want to send it to Game 3.
Game 3 would actually be pretty amazing, though. I'm not sure if this does go to Game 3. I don't know if we're gonna see a Jace pick again, though, because it's not a whole lot is happening down bot lane. Actually, quite the opposite.
Nunu kind of getting caught. Everyone is making their way down bottom.
Nia Jacky and St. Vicious there, not too far away. Can he get? There's a stun coming in from Tarek. Everyone from Curse is actually down bot here. Quick
I don't
kill.
understand why Nunu, like, he could have just gone right into their jungle. Like, he was there. He had the turn, and for some reason, he decides to walk out towards the lane, towards Tarek and Jace.
Oh, well.
He loses the oracles. So he is really far behind at this point in time. They're able to get the dragon as well. So all of a sudden, that lead, it's dropping a little bit.
Yep, it's a 2K difference still between Legion and Curse with that dragon.
Yeah, and Jace has the red buff. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that is rough to give the red buff.
In the meantime, Rumble being chased out of lane, actually, by Vayne and Morgana. He is kind of lying in wait, though, for Westrice. See if he'll run right into there. Nijaki coming up as well. They are going to be okay. Malphite is coming down, though.
Yeah, Malphite is here with Rumble, waiting for their opportunity. But here, well, you know, St. Vish is actually also close by, so he could get a quick nom onto somebody, but alas, he's going to go ahead, back off Malphite, going deep back into the top lane. Just going to go steal the small golems as well while he's here. Nijaki in mid, still looking to get a little bit of farm on. And we also got to mention, you know, how we got to get a nice quick little update on how everybody's doing here, because Ashe bot lane, Demon Wall is actually doing pretty good in the face of elements on the AD carry Jace. The bind not going to get the hit and probably, but yeah, there's a little bit of a 40 creep lead here for Demon Wall over elements. But it's not really, it's not too huge of a difference. Elements does have the BF sword, he does have a Vamp Scepter, but right now Ashe, you know, gets the Zeal for a little bit of crit chance. There you go, ult going down.
Oh, Nijaki.
With Nijaki, does not capitalize on it.
Yeah, and St. Vicious coming up top to try and stop that push, not allow them to dive onto Westrice, but Nunu just jumping out some snowballs, able to harass him a little bit.
Yep, and laughing the entire time, that robotic, maniacal laugh that Nunu bot does have. But there's Vayne and Cho, they're doing a pretty good job defending top lane, but Probably's actually getting a little bit too low. Nijaki has no choice but to throw on the ult, but the binding goes down. Oh my god! Wow,
Probably
standing in that AoE is not the best thing
I was sitting there watching him, and I'm like, I mean, Rumble has a lot of damage, but there was the serious threat that if he gets hit by a bind from Morgana, he's going to die. Like, that's all there is to it, but he's able to pick it off. In the meantime, Nunu and Malphite still chasing after Vayne up in that top lane, just harassing him out of his own jungle, and they will back off, but they have complete control over top lane right now.
Yeah, so now it's just a matter of, you know, what Curse can do to go ahead and continue, you know, and try and get back into this game. They had a little bit of a, you know, a good thing going earlier. They did get the dragon, they did get the quick snipe off of Nunu, took away the oracles, and hopefully they can get something like that again. But
the issue is Rumble is fed, and you know that's never a good thing. Clearly, so
no, that's never a good thing. But it's just how can this team deal with Rumble? Period. What can they do?
Well, later in the game, Rumble is still really squishy. So as long as they play right, then they can kill him pretty quickly in team fights. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the issue, is that Rumble has a lot of range on his ultimate.
Oh,
we have
nice
the quick engage, though.
Onto Demon Wall, the exhaust going down as well. Elements with the flash, knocking Ashe back. And Janet actually helping out a little bit, actually putting a little bit of range there, but nice. St. Vicious will be there to go ahead and pick up that kill. Nice, you got the speed buff coming in from Jace as well. Inubish will be stunned. The shield can only protect so much. But in the meantime, though, you got Cruiser with the Q.
Yeah, he had the ultimate and the ignite and the flash all being used to take down Vayne. So, you know, really nice job up there. And it's going to be tough. I mean, Curse, as long as they can get up in the face of Ashe and Rumble and prevent them from being comfortable to deal the damage that they can. So, like, Morgana needs to be the one initiating. Then they can do well in fights and protect Vayne. The issue is that Legion is going to constantly be initiating. It's going to be an Ashe arrow into a Malphite ultimate, and then Rumble and Ashe are going to be sitting in the back while Curse is like scattering. They're like, you know, we're dying, help. The rest of Legion is going to be fine and safe in the background. And when you're, you know, losing that badly in team fights, then it's going to be tough to engage. But we'll see. They have cut this gold lead somewhat, so the more and more they do that, you know, that's great. As Vayne gets into the late game, that's going to be great. But the issue is Vayne right now, 45 CS, 15 minutes in. So
as opposed to 107 of the lane opponent.
Not a lot of late game potential when you have 45 CS, 15 minutes in.
Yeah, that's not the greatest real situation to be in. Granted, yes, it is Vayne. Yes, it is true damage. But really, you're not going to be sticking around in these fights. You're under farmed.
I think Curse wanted to see it go to a game 3 too.
I'm sure they didn't go. You know, well, I'm sure they didn't go into Champ Select intending. He's like, guys, we should totally throw this. We should totally let this go to game 3. But granted, you know, yes, it does make it pretty damn entertaining for us. But, you know, they're not in the greatest of positions right now. Element's trying to get there. The arrow keeping St. Vicious still. Nunu ult keeping everybody in check. Cop does not want to be walking into that blizzard of pain. Yeah. And Probably and Freaker just going to go ahead and move on to other prospects. Nijaki also still looking to get some farm on, taking his own wraiths.
That's my favorite one in ranked games. When you get a kill like that, and then in all chat, the guy's going to be like, oh, it took 4 of you to kill me. In the meantime, Malphite is actually ulting right on top of Westrice. He is very low. He is able to get out of there, but the movement speed's slow, and that red buff, he's going to be able to pick up this kill. Actually, the dodge from Westrice with that invisibility is able to get out of there. I thought he was going to go down for sure.
There you go. Now you got all of Legion. They're looking to group up here. You got a nice little traveling threes here in the mid. You got Janna, you got Nunu, you got Rumble. You have everyone you need to go ahead and get those quick kills. Elements trying to get a little bit of a speed buff on that range, but not going to be able to go get any hits on that. But now you do have 3 members of Curse. They're in the mid. Vayne still top lane, looking to farm. Probably going to be backing soon. But there you go. Dragon should also be coming up soon. So this could be a nice little opportunity for Curse to try and come back here. They're trying to bait Legion into this situation, into a bad engage. But I'm not sure, though. There's a lot of damage. Rumble ult is still down. Ashe ult is still down. There's a quick window where Curse can just grab this dragon uncontested. Oh,
but Nijacky's actually walking forward a little bit. Okay, is going to back off. So just trying to tease Legion a little bit.
Yep. Tower for dragon.
Yeah, make them a little bit scared so they don't come in. But yeah, I would easily take a tower over a dragon, so that's huge. Malphite is still pushing up top. It is a 5v4 potential for them, but Legion actually transitioning into the top lane. They're going to get the tier 2 tower as well.
Yeah, and now Curse has a lot of range. They got a lot of road ahead of them to go ahead and try and catch up to this. And they're not going to make it in time. This tower is going to be going down. There's no real, way to contest it. You have no choice but to go to their tier 3, defend that push, and Legion. They've got some pretty good control for the top part of the map here. Yeah,
Legion's been in complete control of this game so far, just constantly bullying around Curse, taking advantages left and right. Curse does get the dragon, though, so they do, kind of keep within gold range, but they're 6K gold down right now. And
yes.
The issue is, where is the gold? And some of them are doing decently. Morgana's doing decently. Cho'Gath's doing decently, but their AD carries are not. Jace is okay, but Vayne is so far behind. It's just going to be very difficult for them. We'll have to see how Nijacky can kind of pull this off. Nijacky, he did get the Abyssal Scepter, so he has a lot of damage. Couple that with Cho'Gath, they do have a lot of burst damage, but the issue is the follow-up with all of the initiation from Legion, how tanky they are, and how Rumble is just going to take all of their health from like full to half with his ultimate.
I mean, he's working on his death cap right now. He's already got his Woda, so he's going to be sharing magic damage actually with Malphite and Nunu as well. They're all going to be getting a little bit of that spell Vamp Lovin', as you may say. But here's the thing though, Malphite, you recognize there's a lot of AD on the Curse. What's good against AD? Frozen Heart was also good. Rando and Zomi is going to be working for that as well. So there's just 2 huge items that Malphite's going to be having these huge, nice, threading the needle. Ashe Arrow not going to be getting anybody on Curse, but Legion still here in mid, showing their dominance, clearing out all the wars necessary, and just trying to see what they can force, if they can force fights in their favor. And the Ashe Arrow, Ashe is 11. Ult is now level 2. That's going to be a shorter cooldown. It's going to be more often that Ashe can go ahead and get those fights in.
Yeah, so it's always fine to throw it off, but I thought they could try and bait out that Morgana shield. So very easily, if Ashe hadn't thrown that, Morgana's shield was already up. It wasn't like Nijacky had thrown it up in response to the Ashe. So if they try and bait it out by the rest of them trying to engage, then back off a sec, throw off the Ashe ult, they could really win a fight really easily.
And here's the thing too, Westrice cannot really be in these fights. As we were talking about before, because he is so behind, he has really no choice but to stay behind, stay in top lane, and can farm.
And all of Legion, minus Malphite, is sitting mid. They want to get off a fight once this Ashe Arrow comes up once again in about 20 seconds. The bind goes off in the Prolly. Cruiser jumping onto Westrice once again, chasing him down. The Ignite going off the Condemn. Maybe going to get him out of there. He goes in Viz, and then the Juke's able to get out of there, but the flash from Cruiser, he picks up the kill.
That is 4-level advantage.
Yeah.
4-level advantage top lane on that Malphite. That is just ridiculous. That is ridiculous how far ahead Cruiser has been actually winning that lane.
Yeah, no, he's completely shutting Vayne out of this game, which is a serious issue for Curse. Legion going to be getting caught a little bit here. St. Vicious engaging, but I'm not really sure what the thought is.
Nijacky does flash in with the ult, only going to get the stun down onto Nunu. Here comes the rest of the team. Nijacky does get that kill, but Nunu ult doing a little bit of work, and there's Rumble with some damage as well, getting a double kill for himself, and Elements being caught out Jace goes down, triple kill for Rumble,
Yeah.
and Vayne is nowhere to be seen.
It was kind of a weird fight for Curse, but I think they saw Ash bottom and they were like, all right, 4v4,
well.
let's go ahead and try this. This is, about one of the best opportunities we're going to get. If they pick up the kills, then, very quickly they can pull back into it. And so they did throw off the Morgana ultimate. They did get some nice damage up front, but they just didn't have a fast enough means of taking down Rumble. So Inubish was the one that was caught off, but it's like, it's Janna. So it's not really that big of a concern. So they had the follow-up damage to easily win that fight. And Morgana doesn't have a lot of sustained damage. She has burst and she has team fight control. Rumble, on the other hand, magnificent sustained damage, just constantly throwing off the flame spitter there.
Yep. And Rumble is, as we've said before, he's pretty damn fed. Getting the death cap, get the Negatron cloak as well. Probably going to be looking for Archangel's staff. No, not Archangel's, Abyssal. That's the thing. Yeah, there we go. You need a tier for that thing. Rumble doesn't use mana. What am I talking about? Cruiser, though, getting some wards down once again in front of Baron. Wants to go ahead and refresh that. And now, yeah, Curse, they're on full defense mode. If they can somehow steal that Baron.
Oh, Vayne, Westrice again. Cruiser just abusing him once again. There's not anything he can do.
There's the Q. Ult is up, but it's not going to be doing a whole lot.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Cop's here.
Yeah.
Cop's here
but
to
still,
help.
the thing is, Westrice can't even farm. Westrice is at 98 CS, 22 minutes into the game, and Cruiser just every single time that Westrice comes into lane, Cruiser's like, "Hey, how you doing? We haven't chatted in a while. How are things?"
Yeah.
And he just is crushing him, absolutely destroying him, and it's. I don't know, later on when Vayne's in team fights, it's not going to be any different. Both Malphite and Rumble are going to ult right on top of Vayne. Vayne's going to die very quickly. They probably don't even care. At one point they won't. Vayne did finish the BS sword, so she's starting to get into a build, but it's pretty late.
And even then, Bloodthirster, it's an item where you really need to get farm in order for it to be at its maximum effectiveness, which is not something that Westrice is getting right now.
And also, Bloodthirster is an item that, as far as an AD item, it's a complete AD item, but it's not as complete as Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge is a far superior damage item. Bloodthirster is the item that you rush as an AD carry. Or late game, you get it for the regen. But primarily, the thought is, all right, I get the Bloodthirster out at 14 minutes, 15 minutes if I'm in bot lane, and then I can win the lane with it. Here we see, though, Legion pressuring this Baron pretty quickly, and Curse definitely not in position. Morgana is back, Vayne is back as well, so they should have this.
There's you go try and get the speed buff on that bullet, and there you go. There's the engage from Rumble, getting the ult down on 3 members of Curse, and really quickly, everyone got a piece on that one.
Can they re-engage? Yes,
the
Baron.
There you go. Baron's fine. He can't regen too much, and there you go. Legion should have no problem picking that up. There's the attempt, not even an attempt for a steal there. Curse was just not in the position to do it all. And there you go. Frost Arrow's going down on Nelman's going to keep him slowed. Nia Jacky ult is still up, but there you go. The flash from Demon Lull right over the wall. Going to be more than enough.
It was a really smart flash because otherwise he was going to be walking right into a bind where maybe they could just turn around, burst him down real quick. Or at the very least, he wouldn't be able to get him. So nice flash over the wall. 18-5. Legion has this game under wraps. They have so much fight control. Ash's arrow will be up in like another 30 seconds. They can pick up a couple more kills.
And I think, next game, it's kind of like you don't usually ban Rumble in a situation like this. You just go ahead and you have someone else, and you used to just have better picks in your APs. Really, just it was a Rumble counter pick, and it did really well. It did amazingly well.
Yeah, and
I would consider just banning out Nunu just so Freaker isn't laughing all damn game.
I think they got caught up with the idea of Rumble going top. I got caught up with it talking about Champ Select, but they thought Rumble was going to go top, and they were thinking about the Vayne pick. In the meantime, the tower does go down. The slow onto St. Vicious. He's way out of position, and he is going to go down. They're group up onto him. He's actually very low. One more attack. They do pick up that kill, but they will be able to transition over this inhibitor. And Malphite ulting right on top of Westrice. Once again, that's like the 8th time for this game. This is the inhibitor.
That is brutal. That's going to be an inhibitor. Cop just
Hello, Cop.
Right on in. I think that was just kind of like an acceptance of the game there. Nia Jacky, that's it. There's a surrender, and there you go. Game 2, going to be going to Legion. This series is going to be going the distance, baby.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Curse can, put that onto Elements and just be like, oh, yeah, well, Cop is like, yeah, that's why I'm the AD carry. Just because as a team, there were just so many things that went wrong. Westrice losing in the top. I really think that they thought Rumble was going to go top, and so they wanted to send Westrice up there. Then when Legion picked Malphite, they were just like, All right, guys. Let's just go with it. I don't know. I'd have to go back and check out the champ select, see what the order was exactly. But
Yeah, but I mean, at the very least, we're getting what you wanted. We're
Yeah,
going to game
game
three.
three.
And you know what? These are two fantastic teams. It's going to be amazing also to see them play live. But there is still the matter. Going to see who moves on in the losers round and who still has a chance at the $1,000 top prize. Like I said before, Curse and Legion are both going to be at the IPL Face Off San Francisco Showdown. But there is still the business of the seeding and the prize money. So we will be right back and find the conclusion of this game right after this. So do please stay tuned.